Hello everyone. So in this video we'll be creating a login page which contains OTP authentication, WhatsApp login, Google login and the Apple login. So this will be your login go solution. So whenever you are creating any Flutter based application, you can basically check out the repository which we'll be creating, which contains this kind of authentication, right? So yes, as you can see that I had already created a welcome screen, and on a click of this button you'll be redirected to the login screen. So let's start building this, and I'll be also integrating one of the SDK which I just discovered, through which we can get all the functionalities like sending SMS OTP and WhatsApp OTP, doing a WhatsApp login, and this basically social logins. So let's start doing this. So let me just start creating it. So first of all, you can see we have to write these two things. It looks weird, right? Cool. Yeah. Now, to use all this functionality, we'll be using a third-party SDK called as OTP-less, and I had already did a login process. So basically, OTP-less is an authentication provider which provides all the login solution in a single particular SDK. So they have their own SDK called as OTP-less underscore Flutter. This one. So you can first of all we'll add this dependency, right? And over here, as you can see that you have to create a new app, right? And after creating a new app, this is what the dashboard would look like. And from here you need to enable all the features which you will be using. So right now I'll be not be using email ID, so let me just turn this off. In the phone number, in the settings, I'll be using OTP which needs to be sent on WhatsApp and SMS both. And let me just click on save to it. And on the social login we are using WhatsApp, Google, Apple, and yes, Facebook. Let me just turn on Facebook and click on publish changes. So yeah, now let me just click on documentation and search for the Flutter, and yeah, here's the Flutter documentation, and we'll be using this headless feature. And okay, so here are the steps which I need to go with. So yeah, first of all, the dependent dependency has been already integrated. Now we'll go to this part. So it says I'll need to add this part of code in my Android manifest file. So let me just copy this code, and I'll open my Android manifest file, and inside of this block I'll be adding the intent filter just like this. Yeah, simple as that. Now okay, it says that my launch mode and export date needs to be in true and single top value. Okay, so my export date is in true, my launch mode is in single top. Okay, done. Now they said that I need to paste this code and this code in my main activity. So if I'll just expand my Kotlin folder, I have this main activity, and over here I need to add that part of code. So I'll just copy this, I'll paste it, I'll copy this, and I'll paste it, and I'll copy this imports and give it over here. That's easy. Now for the iOS, what I need to do, I'll just simply click on iOS, and they says that copy paste the following code in your info.plist file. So I'll copy this code, open my info.plist file, right? And yeah, after this I'll paste it. Yeah, easy. So just make sure in your case, if this CF bundle URL type already exists, then make sure just to add this part of code, and if ls application query schema exists, then just add this particular part of code. That's it. And okay, one more thing I left is to add this part of code in my app delegate file. So inside of the iOS folder, I'll find the app delegate file. There you go. And over here I'll add this part of code and I'll give the input to it as well. Simple as that. Now let's move to the functionality of this particular buttons and the OTP part. So if I scroll down, first of all I need to initialize the OTP list by doing this steps. So let's go to our login screen. Let's go to the top of this class, and they says to first of all create an instance. So I'll just create an instance over here, and let me just give the input to it. That's done. Then this says to add this part of code in our init state. So if I'll just go down, type in as init state, something like this. This is what our init state looks like, and over here I'll paste this code. There you go. Now I think I get an error which says on headless result undefined. So if I see in the documentation, okay, here's the on headless result function. So I'll copy this and give it over here. So error is gone. Now okay, so here is the main functionality part code. So I can select OTP and SMS. Will be using this both. So if I'll just click on OTP first, it says that use this code to send the OTP. So let me just copy this, and over here let me just create a function send OTP, something like this, and over here I'll paste this part of code which will send the OTP. Okay, so it requires phone number and the country code. So in our case the country code will be +91, and the phone number is basically the phone controller which we had just created. Simple as that. Now let me just create an if condition that if phone controller dot text is empty, right? So over here you can just do a toast, or whatever you like to do. I'll just print that phone number required, like this, or else we'll hit the functions. Easy. Now after getting the OTP, I'll need to verify it. So here's the verify OTP step, and it says paste this code to verify the OTP. So let me just replicate this function, and over here let me just type in as verify OTP. Oh wait, I think the screen will be different. So okay, let's do this afterwards. Let me just complete the social login first. So if I scroll up and if I see a social login over here, so yeah, I think it's just 2 lines of code. So let me just copy this and let me just create a social login function, or let me just keep it a social login. I think I'll require a string which says channel, as it will be taking channel over here. So let me just give channel to it. Simple as that. Now okay, so over here if I'll let me do one thing. Let me just give equal to it, so I can tap on this buttons, and the same thing repeats over here. Same thing. What we'll be doing is that we'll be calling social login function in channel. At the very first is your Facebook, so you can just type in as Facebook over here, Facebook, and it same goes for other. Over here it's Google, so we'll be writing as Gmail. Over here is Apple, so we'll be just typing as Apple, and over here we have WhatsApp, so we'll be just typing as WhatsApp to it. WhatsApp. Okay, so yeah, that's done. And for the OTP on this button, we'll be also adding an equal like this, and on top of this you will be calling the send OTP function. Easy. So I think we had make a lot of changes, so for this we'll need to rerun the whole app. So let me just rerun the whole app. Okay, so here's the app. Let's click on login and let's try to send the OTP first. So I'll just type in as 720, my number, and I'll click on sign in. After doing this, let's see what happens. So currently over here there is no logs, but I did receive the OTP. Okay, now there is one neat thing needs to be focused at in the settings. Okay, that's why. So I guess OTP plus have the smart auth where you can send either OTP on WhatsApp or an SMS. So let's say if my WhatsApp is not installed, it will be automatically sending me the OTP on my SMS. Right. So that's a very cool feature, I believe. Right. So yeah, that's the feature which is working fine. And one more thing I would like to see over here is that what happens, like I need a state, like after sending the OTP, what is currently happening. So if I just print a result over here, right, and let me just send the OTP again. So yeah, there you go. So I got a response that the delivery channel was on the WhatsApp and the channel type was phone and the auth type was OTP and the status is 200. It means I did got the OTP, and yes, on my mobile phone I did receive the OTP. Right. Now also let's test the social logins as well. So if I just click on Google, so I believe it will initiate the Google login, and yes, it initiated the Google login as well. So yeah, this is my account. If I'll just click on this, so my account will be selected, and I believe over here, yes, the response was success. I did got into the Google sign in, and yeah. So right now it says Safari cannot open the login page because address was invalid. Yes, you faced this issue because in your info.plist file. Okay. Yes. So this string needs to be covered inside of this array. So I'll just type in as array. Let me close this array and paste it over here like this. Now this will work. Now for this, let me just rerun the app. Right. So let me just go to this. Let me just rerun the whole app. So I guess steps are pretty simple. Right? You get the data over here. You can send the OTP using this 4 line of code. You can do any kind of social login using this 2 line of code. So that's pretty fastest solution I had ever seen. So that's why the tagline of this video is go to login page solution. Right? Okay, yeah. So I think the app is running. Now let's try to do the Google sign. If I just click on this Google sign in, it will take me to the browser where I can do the authentication. So yes, if I clicked on it, it says response 200, and yeah, we are out. If I'll just click on the account, I'll be now redirected back to the app, and that's where I'll get the user data. So this is what some user data would look like. The response type is now one tab. In response, I'm getting a user ID, the device info, and there will be a term called as identity. Yeah, so over here I can see that I got the detail, I got the name, is my email verified true, and my email value, and yeah, most of the data is covered over here, so you can definitely explore how the response would look like. So I believe the social login is also working fine. If I just click on the Apple sign in will also triggered. So over here you can see the Apple sign in is also working. I can just select my account and then continue the Apple sign in as well. So right now I'll just cut this process out and let me go back to the app. Same goes for WhatsApp and Facebook. So right now I won't be able to show you WhatsApp because the iPhone doesn't have WhatsApp. Basically, simulator doesn't have WhatsApp. In case of Facebook, if I click on Facebook, yes, the Facebook login will also work just like the Google sign in and the Apple sign in. Right. So one thing is left is the verify OTP stuff. So let's go to our Figma and quickly create this screen. Right. Yeah, so the OTP screen has been created, and let's continue with the functionality of this. So yeah, inside, let me just go to documentation, and let me just quickly open Flutter. Let me just go to headless, and over here in the inside of OTP, to verify the OTP I need to use this part of code. So I'll copy this. Let me just create a void verify OTP function, and over here I'll paste this part of code. So I think I'll need to initiate final OTP less Flutter plugin equals OTP less. Is simple as that. And also I think I'll need to give on headless result, just like this function over here. Just copy this and give it to you over here. Simple as that. Cool. So now let's do one thing. After sending the OTP, let's navigate our user to the OTP page. So let me just quickly create this particular navigator OTP screen. Simple. Now, as I said that my OTP will be received on WhatsApp, so parallelly I am able to see my WhatsApp over here. So if I'll just click on login, if I'll just type in my WhatsApp number and click on send, so I'll be receiving an OTP, and let me see the response over here first, that yes, yeah, so I got the OTP. So my OTP is like 834574, and if I click on verify, so here currently it says incorrect OTP. Yeah, so I might have written wrong. So it says 834574. 834574. Wait, am I able to send the OTP? No, I was not able to send the OTP because I was not even sending the phone number, sending the country code, sending the OTP. Yeah, so that's some mistake on my end. Sorry for it. So let me just type in as OTP controller.text, and in country code it will be +91, and in the phone number I think I need to pass my phone number. So for now let me just hard code my phone number, because I'll be using the same thing over here. So yeah, I think that's done. Let me just retry it again. Let me just click on login. Let me type in my phone number. I will click on sign in, and yeah, I did got the OTP which says 615069. I click on verify, and boom, I got the data. So yeah, so I guess within few minutes by today, we learn how easy the verification methods are to be implemented on the Flutter side. All the social logins are done, all the OTP part are done. And comment down more on what kind of videos you guys would be looking, and I'm planning to post more about architecture, state managements in Flutter. So thank you for watching this video, and keep subscribing, keep commenting, and keep liking this video.